everybody, and welcome back to Mile High Huddle. I am your host, Kim Becker, and joining me, as always, is Chad Jensen. And Chad, one of the quarterbacks on the quarterback carousel, is threatening to sit out the 2021 season. Deshaun Watson, of course, if the Houston Texans do not trade him. Now, there's been rumors swirling around the entire country, all the fan bases, but especially Broncos country. And it sounds like Mike Klis of 9 News reported something on Wednesday that really sent Broncos country afire. So can you tell us a little bit about this?
Yeah, and it's really interesting because, once the Matthew Stafford situation resolved and he got traded to the Rams, it only made the scrutiny and attention on the Deshaun Watson situation, not just fans and media, but as far as NFL teams that are desperate for a quarterback upgrade. He knows he's really in the driver's seat. So when he threatens to sit out for the entire season, if he's not traded, that actually holds some teeth. It has some teeth to it as a threat. But basically what happened that kind of took this up into the stratosphere in Broncos country is Mike Klis, who, of course, one of the most renowned insiders in Denver and probably the most plugged-in insider at Dove Valley, went on 104.3 The Fan Denver radio on Wednesday morning and said that the Broncos have been assured through the Watson party, so he and his agent, I'm sure, that the Broncos will be one of 4 or 5 teams that Watson would like to listen to. In other words, hey, I'd be interested in coming to Denver, put together a package so that the Texans can be, handled and mollified and get their pound of flesh or whatever. And let's see what your pitch is. Because not only do you have to, he has a no trade clause. And what that means, even though it's kind of ironic that he negotiated a no trade clause in his contract, and yet here he is demanding a trade. But the benefit for Watson is that because it's a no trade clause, they can't trade him anywhere without the blessing. He has to sign off on the destination. So that's where it comes into, not only are you trying to do a sales job on the Texans and negotiate a good, fair trade for, if you're George Paton, Broncos GM, but you also have to really sell and recruit the player, Watson. He has to want to come to your NFL city. So it will be interesting to see how it shakes out. And I think because this just won't go away, this continues to be a talking point. If the Broncos were looking for assurance that they were one of the 5, that means they were already strongly considering Watson. And now it's just a matter, Kim, of weighing just how hardcore do we want to go in on this? Just how much are we willing to give up to land Deshaun Watson? And therein lies some danger because George Paton, and I don't think it was just a talking point or a nice little sound clip said at a press conference that, everyone can sell at Broncos HQ, but he said he plans to be aggressive, but not reckless. And some of the packages I'm hearing out there on the rumor mill that the Texans would just to start the conversation, a couple of first rounders, hey, a starting caliber quarterback, hey, also a cornerstone defensive player, might be a bridge too far. So there might be a bowing out point if you're George Paton. What that is, only time will tell.
Well, the anticipation has been killing me with this one, but then the whole Matthew Stafford, Jared Goff thing was such a surprise. It kind of took my attention away from Deshaun Watson. So I'm still eager to see where he will end up. I feel like he's kind of the lead domino here for the rest of the quarterbacks that may potentially still be on that carousel. I know some of them are a little bit up in the air. We don't have anything set in stone for certain, but obviously something I'm sure we'll be talking about for the next couple of weeks until this is for certain. So Chad, thanks so much for your insight.
Thanks, Kim. That's a great way to put it, by the way. The lead domino. That's the first domino that has to fall before any of the others can is Deshaun Watson. So
I know. I've been thinking about the different combinations here, and it always comes back to him. I feel like he's going to be the first one to go. So we'll see what happens.